truly owns the front door to the internet now? And maybe more importantly, what does that profound shift mean for your daily digital life?
That's a huge question. It really cuts right to the heart of how we access, well, everything online.
Exactly. It's not just some abstract idea, is it? It signals potentially a fundamental re-architecture of the internet's gateway.
Right, potentially reshaping everything we understand about online interaction.
Yeah.
And that's why we're diving deep today.
Yes, we're digging into this evolving landscape, and our main guide is industry commentator Keith Teare. We're looking at his recent, very thought-provoking editorial, The AI Front Door, Reshaping the Internet's Future.
And also pulling from his discussion on That Was the Week, which added quite a bit of color.
Absolutely. So our mission today, let's try and unpack Keith's, frankly, provocative ideas about how AI is changing the game, how we access and experience the web.
We want to weigh his views, understand the implications of this battle for the front door.
And figure out what it really means for users, for publishers, and of course for the big tech players.
Get ready for maybe a few aha moments, because this could really change how you think about your daily digital habits.
Yeah, because Keith argues the era of clicks,
Yeah.
well, it's fading. And the age of completions, that's apparently just begun. Okay, let's unpack this critical juncture Keith Teare describes. He says the internet's at a crossroads, moving from, what did he call it, a page-based internet.
To an AI native internet.
Right. What does that transformation truly entail? Why is it such a sort of significant conceptual leap?
Well, Keith's vision, this AI native internet, it's striking because it redefines the starting point. Instead of the old search and browse.
Where you type something in, click a link, click another.
Exactly. This AI native model starts with a human-AI interaction. It's focused on command and complete.
So less searching, more telling.
Pretty much. Think about it. Instead of searching for, say, an Italian restaurant, clicking reviews, finding the booking link, you just tell an AI, find me a great Italian place tonight, 7 p.m., book it.
And the AI handles the whole thing.
That's the goal,
Yeah.
completing the task. Keith points to ChatGPT as the current trailblazer here. He draws this parallel to how Google dominated search early on.
Okay.
It's shifting from finding information to actually achieving a goal directly.
I can definitely see the appeal of that, the efficiency. But what about the incumbents? You mentioned Google. They've integrated AI mode into Chrome, right, across like 180 countries.
They have.
But Keith calls this a partial step, almost like bolting a new engine onto an old car chassis. Do you buy that assessment? Or is it just, a necessary step for a giant like Google?
Well, classic innovator's dilemma, isn't it?
Right.
And it's absolutely fascinating. Google's entire empire, billions in revenue, it's built on sending you to pages, showing ads, monetizing clicks.
Right, the page view economy.
Exactly. So to really build an AI front door, they'd have to disrupt that incredibly successful model. Imagine Google actively prioritizing AI that just gives you the answer or does the task.
Instead of sending you to a page packed with ads.
Precisely. That's a direct threat to their core business, their golden goose. It's almost an existential challenge for them to, voluntarily cannibalize their own cash cow.
So they risk being overtaken by these newer pure AI players like OpenAI or Anthropic if they don't commit.
Right. But committing fully means dismantling a huge part of what made them dominant in the first place. It's way more than just adding a feature. It's a fundamental battle for who commands trust, data, and ultimately the revenue.
Okay, so if AI is reshaping this front door, what happens to the things we rely on now? Like our web browsers. This is where Keith's ideas get really interesting, I think. He says browser features aren't dying, they're migrating into AI assistants.
Yeah, and that migration, as Keith describes it, it's not just a simple redesign, it's a real power shift.
Oh, so?
Well, he details how your address bar, for URLs, it becomes an intent parser. It figures out what you want to do.
Okay.
Your browser tabs, all those open windows,
Mhm.
they become conversation threads within the AI, keeping the context,
So no more losing track.
hopefully. And your browser history. Not just a list of sites, but contextual memory for the AI to anticipate what you need next.
And extensions.
They evolve, too, into task-specific tools baked right into the AI's workflow. It fundamentally changes the user interaction, doesn't it?
It really does. The AI becomes the main interface. It owns the session.
And that builds loyalty, Keith argues. And new revenue streams follow that loyalty.
Yeah.
For users, it promises a smoother web. Less clicking, more doing, as he puts it.
Imagine an AI that just remembers everything, anticipates, manages complex stuff in one ongoing dialogue.
Yeah, freeing you from endless clicking and navigating. It's a compelling vision.
It's really striking when Keith mentions his own desktop having more AI icons than browser icons now. He says the browser feels archaic. And, I had a similar feeling this week. I tried using ChatGPT for a pretty complex personal planning task.
Oh, yeah.
And I was genuinely struck by how refreshing it felt, almost intuitive. It started anticipating what I needed really quickly. What do these anecdotes tell us about the user experience shift?
They speak volumes, don't they? If someone like Keith, deep in tech, or, an everyday user like yourself, finds the browser archaic compared to AI,
Yeah.
it suggests a real shift in expectations.
It's about efficiency, intuition.
I think so. The browser feels like a directory you have to navigate actively. The AI assistant feels more like a proactive partner. It suggests users are ready, maybe even eager, for this assistant-first model, where the intelligence is just there, anticipating, not something you have to constantly seek out.
That immediate usefulness must be a huge driver for adoption.
Definitely.
Okay, so this shift away from pages towards AI completions,
Right.
it must have massive ripple effects, especially for the internet economy. Keith makes this incredibly bold claim: advertising dies on the internet. Wow.
It's a huge statement, yeah. It certainly grabs your attention.
What does he mean by links taking on new roles then, if not driving ad revenue?
His core insight is that AI isn't just changing how we access things, it's rewriting the economic rules. Forget clicks and page views, the new currency's completions.
Right, getting the task done.
Exactly. The AI's goal isn't to send you to a site to browse cars, it's to complete the task of helping you buy one. But, as Keith points out, this shift exposes a massive infrastructure gap.
How so?
AI assistants will generate these temporary views for tasks, keeping the flow AI controlled. This bypasses the traditional ad model tied to page visits. Value shifts to completions, buying something, signing up, making a decision.
But the systems aren't there to support it.
Not yet. We lack things like rights-aware content registries, real-time commerce graphs, auditable payment logs to make this new completions economy work fairly. How does value flow back to creators when the AI does the heavy lifting?
It's like building a superhighway with no exits or toll booths.
Kind of, yeah. Where does the money go? How is value tracked and distributed?
Let's bring this home. Take our show. If an AI summarizes our conversation, how do we get credit? Or traffic? Keith talked about this, right? It feels like a massive question for creators.
It's crucial. Keith emphasizes links are not going away, but their purpose changes dramatically. They become relevant links, not ads.
More like a bibliography.
Exactly. Think attribution, source verification, maybe finalizing a transaction. AIs will provide these links, ensuring creators get referenced and, importantly, still get traffic, even if the AI gives a summary, not the whole conversation.
How does that work, technically?
It relies on techniques like RAG retrieval augmented generation. The AI pulls in relevant current info from sources to shape its response, like a super fast research assistant.
Okay.
And reinforcement learning helps too. The AI gets rewarded for providing useful links or accurate attributions, learning over time what works.
So it's about proving utility, not just grabbing eyeballs.
Precisely. Monetizing equitably in this new world means moving from sheer click volume to the quality and relevance of the completion.
Okay, so given this massive shift, Keith says publishers are precarious but not hopeless. He mentioned data showing AI crawlers send way fewer visitors than search engines. What's the path forward then, besides lawsuits?
Well, Keith's advice is pretty clear-headed. Clinging to old page view models or just suing everyone, probably not a winning strategy long-term.
So what should they do?
Adapt proactively. Offer structured data like catalogs, pricing, licensing info so AIs can use it easily and accurately. Negotiate to be included in training data sets. And really prioritize getting clear attribution in AI outputs.
So shift their mindset.
Yeah. Position themselves as trusted endpoints in AI conversations. Capitalize on completions as the new value unit, not just raw page views. Focus on high-intent traffic that actually leads to something, subscriptions, sales, whatever their goal is. Rethink the business model, basically.
Makes sense. On the flip side, Keith points out a missed opportunity of staggering scale for the AI companies themselves. What are they overlooking?
Keith's insight here is really interesting. He says AI companies, mostly focused on just generating answers, have seriously undervalued the economic power of actually driving traffic to publishers and merchants.
Like early search engines did.
Exactly. Search engines built empires on referrals. AI can and arguably should do the same. Using RAG and reinforcement learning, they can provide real-time, attributable links guiding users to relevant stuff.
And the missed opportunity.
It's building the payment rails. Systems to log usage, facilitate payments for these completions. If they did that, AI companies could capture a share of this new completions economy and build trust with creators. It's potentially a multi-billion-dollar opportunity they're currently leaving on the table.
But just focusing on the answers, not the economic ecosystem.
Right, not fully embracing their potential role as an economic intermediary.
Okay, but despite all this progress, AI isn't perfect. Keith mentions limitations like gaps in historical knowledge or real-time data. He referenced a Wall Street Journal piece saying AI knows little of the past. What's missing?
That's a really crucial point. AI training is vast, but it's mainly based on digitized stuff, so it misses huge chunks of non-digitized history. Think original documents, physical archives, stuff not scanned or indexed.
Like ancient scrolls in a library basement versus the online catalog?
Good analogy. And even with the recent info, there's a lag in indexing the absolute latest data. So Keith suggests hybrid approaches are needed.
Combining pre-trained models with live retrieval.
Exactly. To access the most current info and deeper, less digitized historical context. Without that, humans still provide that unique access to analog information and the very latest insights.
Fascinating. Now, Keith calls user loyalty the ultimate prize. He talks about an attachment to AI creating cognitive and emotional lock-in. And that resonated because, like I said, trying ChatGPT this week, it felt intuitive, refreshing, it learned quickly. Is that the kind of attachment he means, this moat?
Absolutely. Your experience is a perfect illustration. When an AI really learned your preferences, your workflow, keeps context, it becomes indispensable, doesn't
It starts to feel like a partner, almost.
Right. It's not just functional. Switching feels like abandoning a trusted partner because you've invested time teaching it and it's learned you.
Yeah.
That creates deep cognitive and emotional lock-in. Users are way less likely to switch.
And that loyalty is critical in the battle for the front door.
Paramount. It ensures usage, stickiness, enduring revenue. It gives users assurance the AI prioritizes their needs. That's a huge competitive advantage.
Keith also mentioned Helen Toner's unresolved debates about AI's future. Big questions like, is the LLM model the final answer? Can AI improve AI? Will AIs stay tools or become something else? What were Keith's takes?
He offered some really compelling, almost poetic views. He sees the current LLM paradigm as a cul-de-sac with fantastic columns. Meaning it's led to amazing results, impressive achievements, but it might be limited as the only path to general intelligence. It's powerful, but maybe not the final destination.
And AI improving AI?
He firmly believes yes.
Yeah.
Which could lead to that exponential advancement curve people talk about, a self-improving loop.
And will they stay just tools?
He thinks they'll evolve into something else, implying, deeper integration, maybe more agency, more of a symbiotic relationship than just simple task execution.
Interesting. And as a practical example of AI filling gaps now, Keith spotlighted a startup, Gamma, or Cursor for Slides. What's that about?
Gamma is a great example of practical AI. It's a tool that takes narrative documents, reports, articles, and turns them into polished slide decks.
Oh.
Keith apparently tested it himself, gave it a tech document, asked for slides, and said it did a really good job. It just shows AI's power for specific, often tedious tasks, streamlining workflows. It's not all about grand general intelligence. It's also these niche productivity boosters.
Makes sense. Finally, Keith highlighted a post from Harry Sevings' guest, Anton Aseker, about why generalists will win in the age of AI. Keith calls himself an aspiring generalist. Why this belief that generalists are poised for success now?
Aseker's argument kind of flips the script on expertise. He says AI is brilliant at specialisms, deep dives, pattern finding in specific data, accurate task execution.
Okay.
Generalists, though, act more like architects or air traffic controllers for ideas. They apply abstract thinking, connect dots across different fields, see the bigger picture.
So they figure out what needs doing.
Exactly. They envision what needs to be built, how different AI specialisms can combine to solve broader problems. Then the AI and specialists build it. It's about synthesis, problem framing, seeing the whole system in a way that complements AI's focused power.
So bringing this all together, Keith Tier's vision of the AI front door, we've gone from shifting economics, the death of advertising as we know it, to user experience, the very structure of the internet.
The era of clicks fading, the age of completions beginning. It's a profound shift.
And connecting it to the bigger picture, it really raises that important question beyond just economics, doesn't it?
It does. The battle for this front door, it's not just about who wins financially. It's about who gets to shape the fundamental rules of our digital interactions going forward.
How information flows, how value is created, distributed, how we navigate this increasingly AI-driven world.
It's fundamental.
So, something for you to ponder after listening. As AI keeps evolving, what does your personal front door to the internet look like today? And how do you see it changing?
Will it still be a browser in a few years? An AI assistant? Maybe something totally different we haven't even conceived of yet?
The answer, whatever it is for you, will undoubtedly shape your digital world.